Hey, thanks for coming in. Uh, we read that review and obviously we're um, taken aback by it.
Mm.
And let's talk to Leila as quickly as possible and find out what is everybody, are we all here?
Yeah,
We're
we're
all
all here.
present, Brian.
Yeah. All right, so we thought we'd look at it, we get you in and try to find out what happened. And to hear, to get you to explain for us as best you can what you think's going on here. So why don't we start with that? What's going on here?
I don't know.
Do you know what does that mean?
I mean, I don't know the person. I don't know the experience. Uh, I don't even recognize the picture, but I was hoping maybe you guys might know because you have video.
I didn't pull any video.
Okay. Clearly that person took my tour because they know my name. I think the person was upset that I didn't acknowledge them. If it was a full tour, then what I can say is probably there were a lot of people around the tour guide desk at the time, and I was engaged with someone else and possibly did not see that person. I would say this is, how many negative reviews do I have?
I don't know.
Well, this is the first to come to my attention, but I would say that this is not indicative of my service here as represented by my other reviews.
I'm not sure it matters. I know a manager who used to say one bad review is worth 100 good ones because it gets the attention of customers. When I'm going to buy a new refrigerator, I look for the bad reviews. I ignore the positive ones. I should say ignore them, but I might read one or two positive reviews and then I search like mad for all the negatives. So I don't know that the quantity of negative or positive reviews to negative is really indicative of much.
Yeah, well, I don't know this person. I mean, I am the only person of color on your entire team of tour guides. I introduce myself as Leila Ali. My job is to tell predominantly, I mean, we have a very international crowd, but we have a lot of white people who come. So I tell white people about themselves in the past, and sometimes I don't know if this is true at all, but it could be a hard pill to swallow for some. I'm totally speculating because I don't know this person. I don't even remember them. And I don't know why they said the things that they said. But I know there are 5 iterations of the spelling of my name. And I know there are hundreds of positive reviews online across all platforms: Yelp, Google, Facebook, Instagram. You got one bad one. That's the law of statistics. I mean,
Well, it's not surprising. You talk to a lot of guests each day, and it's not. I don't think it's so surprising that you might not recognize that individual. I guess it's possible, but it doesn't seem as if it's so surprising, especially if she didn't say anything to you. Um,
it sounds like if you take away the editorial comments and some of the colorful comments, what's happened here is she was bothered by the fact that I gave a tip pitch and bothered that she was the last person, looks like, to come out. And bothered, yeah, that I'm not quite sure why she tipped me if she didn't like my service. I give one tip pitch, it's at the end. It's no different from any other tour guide.
Well, it seemed like what she was saying was that you didn't think her tip was big enough, not that she didn't want to.
Well, that's a perception. That's her perception. I mean, if I made a big deal out of everyone's tip, wouldn't you hear about that? Like, wouldn't people complain? That would be a regular comment. It sounds to me she has some sort of relationship with money that I don't have. Yeah, I rubbed this woman the wrong way. And as a person of color in this country, that will happen. And I can't control that.
It's kind of surprising that you don't know who it is, you don't know why she's doing anything, but you're going to the color, you're going to color as a reason. I mean, why would you?
Why would I not? I said, why would I not?
Well, just for the very same reason that you just said, you don't know who it is, you don't recall.
You're asking me for an explanation I can't give, so I am speculating because you're asking me to speculate. So that's what I'm speculating. That's my experience. I'm not claiming it's true. I don't know. If you really want to know what I don't think it's a woman at all. I think it's a man, just based off the way that it's written. And I don't think that's an actual, it just seems like a sort of masculine response. Sometimes if females, or I've experienced if people think I'm acting too smart, I get a negative response from men on my tour. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just sort of stereotype of smart women.
Do you feel like we shouldn't be talking to you about this?
It does feel a bit like a trial, but you wanted to see me. I cleared my schedule. I don't mind talking about it. What's fascinating to me is that it seems like it doesn't matter if I get positive reviews or not. I just can't get negative ones. And I can't promise you that I'm never going to get a negative review. I can't control how people feel.
Are most of the customers you get for tours, are they black?
I wouldn't say most of anything in this country is black.
Are most of them white?
We have a very wide mix. We have people from everywhere, on every corner of the planet, I think, is well represented on the tours here.
What I'm getting to is that you thought this negative review I assume you're saying it's from a white person who doesn't, or a non-black person who doesn't like you because you're black. You sort of led with that. I'm wondering why, if so many of your customers are not black, why you get so many positive reviews. I mean,
I'm very good at what I do.
Okay, so this person, of all the people you've led, is somehow overlooks your good performance. And
they didn't mention the performance at all. If you look at that review, there's no mention of the actual tour.
There's no mention of race either.
But you asked me to speculate, so I speculated.
Well, actually, I didn't really ask you to speculate.
Well, you asked me what my opinion was, and so I gave it to you. I led with, I don't know.
Okay. You didn't really answer my question about whether or not in your tip pitch you use some allusion to the fact that your bosses can't see what you're doing, so you can do whatever.
So I say my bosses don't take my tour anymore. That's the exact wording. I say basically every review is a reflection of a performance that I did. People come back and they tell you or whoever is watching our social media channels, they're giving a report. It's a report card. So I always say the best review is the latest review because my bosses don't take this tour anymore. It's a way to encourage them to get foot traffic, and not for nothing. Because I'm so good at what I do, and because I do this kind of pitch for TripAdvisor, and because I also publish my schedule online, I get repeat customers. I get people who specifically come and tell me, I'm taking your tour because I saw that you were working today. I feel like that's a win-win. I had a bad experience. I had one person out of thousands that I have taken underground who did not like me, and they do not quote anything that my actual performance or skill on the job. They don't mention it. So if I'm that bad as a human and as a person, then you should fire me. But if you look at the performance reviews that I have overall, I literally have thousands. I have hundreds of reviews, and mine, I would say, rival in number Dean's reviews, and he's been here far longer. So I'm very effective at selling this tour and having people enjoy it. This person is disgruntled for some reason, and you can engage them if you choose to. You have the right on Yelp to engage the customer and ask them specifically, or give them, if you want to placate, you can give them another tour. Say, I'm sorry that this happened, and here's a free ticket. You have ways to amend the situation if you choose to. I personally would not do a single thing differently because I'm not inappropriate on my tour. And if you would like to see me, I invite you to come take the entire tour, and I will do it verbatim. And you can look at the video of me doing it countless times in the same fashion, day after day after day. And the reason you can see me doing it in the same fashion day after day after day is because I'm a classically trained actor from New York University. So this is what I do. It's my business, and I'm fantastic at it. I cannot tell you why one person had this sort of response without it being something beyond my skill set, because they don't mention my skills. They only mention how they felt treated. Now, if there were a horde of people, as there usually are, at the end of my tour, people come down and they surround me. And they want to talk to me. This person may not have been able to get in. Maybe they felt left out. Maybe I didn't see them. I understand that. And that's not a pleasant feeling. But it's not my fault, their experience of that.
Have you ever heard that the concept, the customer knows best?
Oh, I know it. I know it well.
So what does that mean to you? Do you think, it's interesting, you read this review and you're not having a reaction that's at all sympathetic. You're not seeing, hey, this person really got it wrong. I did not mean to convey this. What can I do to make sure I don't convey this in the future? You're not having that reaction.
Is that the reaction that I should have? Is that what I should be doing?
Most people in customer service would say yes. It should, and most people in theater and in acting and in performance would say, if this person missed my performance so badly, what could I do the next time to get that person to appreciate my performance? Or if it's not a performance, if it's a customer service thing, what can I do to make that person not have this negative reaction. That's not.
Have you heard the
That's not.
saying that you can't please all of the people all of the time?
Beg your pardon?
I said, have you heard the saying, you cannot please all of the people all of the time?
Yes, I certainly have.
What do you think about that?
We're not in politics here.
Okay.
We're in customer service.
Okay.
And I actually don't think the two sayings are incompatible. I think there are two different things. I think
if I didn't care about the people on my tour, I would not have the hundreds of positive reviews that I do. If I showed no care about what I do, I would not have changed my schedule to be here today. Valerie asked me if I could be here today. I had something else going on. I had something else going on for the whole week. But this took precedence for me. So I'm making my job here a priority. That's how I show that I care. This person, we don't know. And we don't know what kind of axe they have to grind. And people troll the internet every single day. And I'm quite frankly surprised. You also, you walk this earth as a colored individual. Have you never, ever, ever experienced being treated unfairly, not based on your who you are, your skill set? My skill set was not on trial in this review. She talked about a door.
I don't know what you mean when you say that, because this person literally is reviewing the performance. That's she's not reviewing.
She doesn't say anything about any of the facts, any of the stories told. She doesn't.
Well, that's obviously not true. She describes your tip approach. She describes.
That is the end of the tour. There's no facts involved in. Okay. There's no Seattle history involved in the tip pitch. Basically, she just didn't like that I made a pitch. That's what it sounds like. She does not like that I made a tip pitch. She did not like being the last person out and the door thing. The only thing I will concede here is I won't ask or even joke about closing that iron gate, despite the fact that it's not easy to close and open. I think that's a us issue. We should probably put some WD-40 on it. But based on this, I don't think that I did anything wrong. I honestly don't. And I invite you to come. In fact, constructive criticism should be part of the tour manager's job. So if you want to critique my actual performance, come take my tour. And then you can tell me, you know what, this is probably something you want to work on, or maybe take this out or not.
I'll manage my business the way I want to manage my business.
Okay.
Okay? I don't need you to tell me how to do it.
I'm not you, and I don't know what you want of me, but I know that I give excellent service. I know that I enjoy my job. I know that I am phenomenal at this. And I enjoy being here. Now, whether you want to keep me on, like you said, you run your business how you run your business. I will take my business.
I asked you not to tell me.
I won't. I won't. And if you let me go today, that'll be all right. I had a wonderful time. But I will not do anything differently until I am actually critiqued for the work that I do. People come with all kinds of experiences behind them. I don't know what kind of day this woman had beforehand. I don't know if she got in a fight with someone and she was in a bad mood when she arrived on the tour. I don't know what her state of mind was before she came. I treated everyone equally. If my service is so horrific to garner this kind of response, you would have more responses like this. You do not. if you want to critique my work or tell me or help me, you're in a position to help me. I don't know what it is that this person was experiencing, but if we had professionals come down and take the tours, our higher ups, forgive me for saying, then they could give constructive feedback and say, hey, but right now, that to me is not constructive feedback. When a person leads with so-and-so should be fired, that is not, they're not interested in my development as a tour guide. They're interested in displaying dominance. That's what that was. I don't feel seen or heard. How can I hurt this person? That's what I got out of that. And that's fine. She wants to display her dominance, and clearly she has dominance because she's got dominance over you. You don't like this. She had a negative reaction. The customer's always right. Consider the people that work here every single day care deeply, intimately about their jobs. Consider I spent over $120,000 of my money trying to learn how to entertain people well. I don't take it lightly, but I do it remarkably well. If you have constructive criticism, a person, this is not constructive. It's angry and it's full of hate. Then I'm open. I'm open to constructive criticism. You read a bad review and you think the customer's always right. I read that review and I think, wow, this person's in an enormous amount of pain.
Instead of feeling that you know everything and you're...
Do you feel that I know everything? Do you feel that I think that I know everything?
I don't want to have that discussion.
Okay.
If I felt like having it, I don't think it's part of what I want to talk about right here now. The concept of the customer always being right, obviously, is crap. I would say the best.
To be perfectly honest, you know what I felt like when I saw this? Like I had arrived. You know who gets bad reviews? Beyoncé, Oprah, and Michelle. All got haters, and now I got mine too. That's kind of how I felt, because you ain't made it unless you got some haters somewhere. Somebody ain't gonna like what you're doing. And I show enough confidence on my job, I give a little bit of attitude. People usually love it. This person didn't. That's okay. Would I change anything? Only if my superiors gave me constructive criticism, would I consider it. This person is not a theater professional. This person is as far as I know, just a guest. So they don't know the tourism industry. They don't know tour guiding. They don't know theater.
100% of your audience, they're not theater people. They're just guests.
They're just
Some
guests.
of them are poorer than you are. Some of them are more stupid than you are. Some of them are the worst. They're the butt of society. But they are our guests.
I can't take this person seriously. What I take seriously are people who are in my profession who can give me good guidance in that regard. I'm sorry I'm not showing you the humility that you expect.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
Basically, do I have a job would be the most important question I have. I cannot promise you that I'm not going to get another bad review. I don't have that power. It would be wrong of me to tell you. I could tell you that I have tried very hard to get very positive reviews. I am saddened that you seem to not really take those other positive reviews into account.
That's just nonsense. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to say that. It is absolutely nonsense for you to say that I don't take your positive reviews into account.
You said that one bad review equals 100 good ones.
There are people, some of them wiser than I, who say that a negative review carries more weight with the public than 100 positive reviews. In other words, if somebody picks up TripAdvisor and reads reviews, I explained it to you. I don't have to explain it again. I'm buying a refrigerator. You remember my explanation?
I heard that.
It's not that I don't think there are positive reviews of the refrigerator. I'm looking for what people say that's negative. And people do that. Lots of people do that when they're trying to go decide whether or not to go to a business. So it's foolhardy to say, I get 100 positive reviews and one negative review. Therefore, why do we care about the one negative review? The reason
It's not that I don't care.
The negative review is because it carries a lot of weight. That's what I was saying.
So that review has more value to you than me as an employee. Is that what I'm hearing?
More value to the readers of TripAdvisor.
What does it have as value to you? What is my value to you at this company? How is the rest of my performance for the last 2 years valued? If one review can take me down, what's my value here?
That review is not taking you down. If anything's taking you down, it's the fact that you can't look at that review and see how you might change your behavior to make sure it doesn't happen again.
I am willing.
I've seen hundreds, thousands of negative reviews. I've talked to, whenever there's a serious negative review, I've spoken to people about it. I've never spoken to anybody who was as averse as you are. And I've been working here for over 20 years.
Well, yeah, probably before I was born.
I've never heard from anyone who got a negative review the reaction that you're giving. Your reaction is unlike any other I've ever heard.
Does that make me a bad employee? Because I'm not responding the way.
Very well, it seems, I would say, the reaction you're having to the review, where what you said in your own words, I will not change anything I do because of this review. Yes, that makes you a bad tour guide. If that's your question, yes. Despite all your positive reviews, if your attitude is, I can't look at this review and learn something from it, you are not as good a tour guide as somebody who could learn something from it and has the desire to make sure that nobody ever writes a review like that again.
I'm sorry you feel the way you do, and I want to take, if I never see you again, I just want to say it has been an honor and a privilege to work at the Bills by John Durant Tour. I have made some remarkable friends and relationships here. I'm one of your top earners, and I take my job seriously. I think I have value here. But if you don't see it, I understand, and we'll part the ways. I'm not quitting. This is not me quitting. I just don't know if I'm going to see you. So.
Hey, thanks for coming in.